On July 5th, I headed off to China for the best 3.5 weeks of my life. I left out of the Jackson airport and was headed to Beijing to tour for 2 days. This is Melanie. She was my travel buddy for the next 2 weeks. This is our view out from our hotel.
Let love explode and bring the dead to life. A love so bold to bring a revolution somehow.
And this is just some random pictures of our touring.
And this world I'll overcome. My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. He's roaring like a lion. Let hope arise and make the darkness hide. My faith is dead, I need a resurrection somehow.
And this is Christina. She is my new sister in Christ, and I got to experience her being saved at about 2 a.m. in the morning. And now Mel and I are headed off to commit.
Not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead.
And this is what I slept in for a whole week while I was in Kunming. On Sunday we met our translator Tony. And this is him and his girlfriend who met last year at a Bring Me Hope camp, and they are both saved. This is Ron and Colleen with their translator, and also named Tony, and he got saved while we were in Kunming.
With the sound of revival, let heaven roar and fire fall.
And this is the first Monday of camp where we met our children. All these children were not orphans, but they were indigent children who needed the love because they had either lost both their parents or both their parents were not around for them. Our 2 children were Leah and John, and they were both 1 year younger than me.
My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead.
葡萄园里的葡萄也有人家姐姐，没有月亮姐姐长得真好啊。是自己家的吗？当然不是了，那就是天上我们的天父。花花里花花，细细长长，细细长长，细细长长，长得真好啊。是自己家的吗？当然不是了，那就是天上我们。
These are pictures from Assembly Time, which is where the staff of Kunming Camp told about loving like an ocean, which was this year's theme from Ephesians 3:18. While we were in Kunming, we had so many activities to do. We went on a scavenger hunt in Green Lake Park, where we had to find a whole bunch of random and crazy things. We ate really good food, and we played awesome and fun camp games while we were there. The children loved it.
My ransom, yeah. And everything I once held dear, I counted.
The girls at camp got to put on a ballet dance for the rest of the people at camp. To see Sarah Grace teach these girls how to point their toes in their new ballet shoes was just amazing. Even though it was just a 2-minute dance, it was the most exciting thing to do for Leah and her friend Alice.
This is my father's world. Oh, let me never forget that though the wrong seems often so strong, God is the ruler,
It was amazing to see our little 14-year-old boy just get inspired with those beads. He spent about 30 minutes making necklaces and bracelets for everybody at camp.
I belong to you.
On Wednesday night, one of the translators named Alexis came to me and started asking me all these questions about God and how Jesus died for us. The next day, I'm happy to report that she did become a true believer. On Saturday, sadly, Melanie and I had to leave Kunming and we went to Jeongjo for another 2 weeks of camp.
Lead me to the cross where your love poured out, and bring me to my knees, Lord, I lay me down, and rid me of myself, I belong to you.
This is Chi-Chi. She was my little orphan buddy for week 2 in Sias. She came from the orphanage called Eagle's Wings in Jeongjo, China. Most of these children from this orphanage were handicapped or disabled. There were a lot of wheelchairs and walkers around, but that didn't stop them from having a good time. There were newspaper fashion shows and a lot of smiling. Even though a lot of these kids were handicapped, a lot of them were adoptable.
What will people say of me when I'm only just a memory? When I'm home where my soul belongs? Was I loved when no one else would show up? Was I Jesus to the least of us? Was my worship more than just a song? I wanna live like that and give it all I have, so that everything I say and do points to you.
One day we even took the children to a movie theater to see Madagascar in Chinese.
I'll stand recklessly abandoned.
Chi-Chi had bad eyesight and she also could not walk very well, but she still loved to smile and color, and she even sang for our talent show.
I wanna live like that.
On Friday, the kids left camp on a bus back to the orphanage. I was heartbroken. I cried for a solid 2 hours. It was the hardest thing I had done to put my sweet baby Chi-Chi back on that bus. But I know one day when her paperwork is ready, she will get her forever family just like I.
Know my name. Is there evidence that I've been changed? When they say
On the 3rd week of camp, I had a little boy named Wang Liang. He is 4 years old and is from the big orphanage in Jeongjo. He is paperwork ready, so he is just waiting on his family.
you say and do points to you. If love is who I am,
2 special needs. He had hemiparesis and a very mild retardation. He could run and walk, but he had a slight limp which slowed him down. He also did not use his left arm at all, but he could move it when he danced. He is a very clever little boy and loves to give kisses. He even learned how to say I love you in English.
I'm longing for the world to know the glory of the King. I want to live like that and give it all I have, so that everything I say and do points to you.
Saying goodbye to these wonderful kids was also heartbreaking. All I could do was just stand there and sob once the bus left. Thankfully, a bunch of these orphans are paper ready and just need people to advocate for them to be adopted, just like Wang Liang. I would not have been able to make it through the best 3 weeks of my life without my awesome fellow volunteers and staffers. These people are constantly praising you about the good things and praying with you about the bad things. It was amazing to see how God brought us together and bonded us so closely in just weeks. I have made friends in China, Ireland, and in Australia.
Haven't felt the same sense, never so much strength, gives me confidence to shout.
While in China, I learned a bunch of Chinese, I learned a little bit of Irish, and I even gave off a little bit of my southern accent. I had my Irish friends saying y'all, and I even tried to get my Chinese friends to say y'all, but it just ended up sounding like yo, yo. It was hysterical. I love China so much, and I'm glad that God brought me there and back safe and soundly. But I can't wait to be back there next year.
Well, I got this thing, it's the song that I sing, it's the joy in my heart, it's the reason I see when you're there, even